Welcome back to the Mummy Constant channel. I'm working with DryNites, and we're going to talk about the stage that every parent goes through with their child, and that is bedwetting. This time last year, Noah was just starting school, and for a few weeks before he started school, maybe a bit longer, he used to wet the bed about 3 times a week. I used to get really cross. I just used to feel like I couldn't really deal with it. Like being woken up in the middle of the night. It's just something I had to deal with, as well as Noah having to deal with it too, because obviously he didn't like the fact that he'd wet himself, and he used to wake up in the morning and tell me, no, Mummy, don't tell everybody at school that I wet the bed. I was like, of course I'm not going to tell anybody at school. And I hadn't really put the 2 and 2 together, that he was wetting the bed and school was starting, and perhaps he was just nervous and it was just something that was happening. And a week or 2 into school, and it stopped again, and it was perfect, and has been probably ever since. DryNites have teamed up with some experts on nutrition and sleep and mindfulness. Some of the main tips that appealed to me and have stuck in my mind as well, actually. So Yvonne Wake, who's the nutritionist, she had a really good tip about having a snack before going to bed. The snack tip was a banana and a spoonful of peanut butter. And then we've got Helen Packham, who is the sleep expert, and her tips were talking about sleep associations, so rocking and singing. I never in a million years would have thought that those kind of things will actually stop your child from going to sleep. And her tip is to obviously not do those things, just put them back into bed and have it quiet and calm. Who knew? And then that leads us on to Selena Sass, the mindfulness expert. She's got a really brilliant tip, and that is, it's not to be angry. When you get woken up in the middle of the morning, taking 3 mindful, deep breaths when you wake up. What have I got to deal with? I've got to go in there, I've got to smile, I've got to deal with this. I'm not going to shout, I'm not going to be angry, it's not the child's fault, and deal with the situation. Did you know that 1 in 4 children wet the bed at age 4? And Isla is no exception. She does wet the bed quite regularly. We have some DryNites pyjama pants, which they are super absorbent, and they go on like knickers or pants. So like to the kids, they're just like putting their knickers or their pants on in the morning or the evening. You can find out more tips and really useful information on the DryNites website. The link's below. There's a Confident Nights guide on their website, and that's really useful. If you have any questions for the sleep experts, I'd love to see them in the comments below. And also just remember that bedwetting is a normal part of growing up. 900,000 children a year experience bedwetting, so it's